To round off this latest offer section, we just need to apply some custom CSS. This is going to be mainly for the pricing section, which is up at the top here. I'm going to make it look just like the final version on here, where it's positioned at the top of the card. The code we're going to be writing is just going to be standard CSS, which is not going to be provided by Bootstrap. This is not a problem though, as a WordPress theme can be made up of any HTML and CSS, regardless if it's using Bootstrap, regular HTML, or any other framework for that matter. Our price that we created in the last video is surrounded in a span element. So let's go up, and this is the one we can see just here. So we can target this over in our CSS. We're going to be doing this in our custom CSS file, and we'll begin down in the media query. So this applies to the larger screens. Just after our featured background, let's target the span element. And first of all, we can take out the normal flow of the document by adding a position of absolute. And then we can create the background, which is going to be for the circle which surrounds it. So we can add some transparency. This will be an RGBA value of 175, 169, 169, and then the alpha value of 0.6, which is 60%. We're also going to make this into a circle, so we can begin by adding a height of 80 pixels and also a fixed width of 80 pixels too. So our price is positioned in the center. We're also going to add the line height, and this is also going to match. This is going to be 80 pixels. And then to create our circle, we're going to add the border radius, and we can do this by adding this as a value of 100%. Before we go any further, let's see where we're at with this. So our project and reload. So there's our circle with the background. We've given it 100% border radius to make it round and a fixed width and height of 80 pixels. The next stage is to position this in the center and over the top of the card. Okay, so now to push this into the center, because this is absolute, we'll reference this from the closest relative container, which is this div just here. So we're going to set this to a value of -40 on the top and left, therefore positioning this in the center of the corner there. Let's add a top value of -40 pixels, and the same for the left, -40 pixels, and let's see how this leaves us. Good, this now pushes this into the top corner. Since this is a width of 80, we've offset the value by 40 pixels. So we've got the vertical alignment we need, and now we just need to push it across 50%, and we can achieve this with some margin left of 50%. And there we go. The final step is just to increase the font size to be 1.8 rems, and then we're good to go. 1.8 rems, over to the browser, and there we go. If we shrink down the browser, we can see how these sections look on these smaller devices. Let's go down to the mobile size. These sections look a bit close together on the top and bottom, so we can add some margin to the bottom of each card outside of the media query. So let's scroll up. Let's do this just above the welcome section, so it applies to all the cards, including these ones. Sub.card. Let's add some margin on the bottom of 20 pixels. Reload. We can now see the spacing in between each one. So the last thing we need to do is to reset the margin back to 0 for this larger view. We need to do this back inside the media query below our span. Again, target the card. And all we need to do for this is to set the margin on the bottom to be a value of 0. Good work, the Bootstrap template is beginning to take shape, so keep going, and next we'll get to work with the About Us section.